Testing 1 2 1 2.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Good day, sir. Good day.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Just staying positive today in
That's
this negative world we live in. I'm gonna let me know if make sure you can still hear me. All right, there we go. Testing.
yep,
Can you hear
loud.
me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. So that way I could leave it on the charge. I think part of the issue I had before is that I was using the charger, but so that the phone could be on the YouTube and I could use it with my mouth. I had it on the thing. What do you call it? While on the charger. So I think that was causing the issue. The little stand thing where it was kind of pushing on the charger. I think it was causing some type of friction. But good day, good day. The real deal versus how you feel. Here once again. We waiting for the people to come in, or we gonna well, it's only 3:01, so give the people an opportunity to get in here. Dust their feet off. You busy today? You having a good day, or what's going on? Well,
Having a good,
hopefully you're having a good day, regardless if you're busy or not.
having a very productive day. All is well over here. No complaints at all. You know, welcome everybody. This is the real deal versus how you feel. So when you come in, make sure you got your little drink, water. I know it's 3 o'clock, so can't be too heavy on the drink, but have something to drink, comfortable. Get your get your ears open up to hear some good dialogue. And we'll get in this conversation very shortly here. But show some love when you come up in here. We ask you some love.
Yeah, we like to see the thumbs up and the fires going. That's always positive. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The real deal versus how you feel. Good thing we feel all right today, but we still want to get to the real deal. So it's 3:02. You want to go ahead and just start chopping it up, or give them another minute or so. Oh,
No,
there
we
we
can
go.
get
The
to it.
love is coming.
No, we
All
can
right, I see the love. I see the love. There we go.
appreciate it. See?
All right, guys. So you might have already seen on our social media on Instagram at the real deal versus how you feel. We are talking about um, should we care about Derek Jackson if his wife stayed? Should we care? Um, and moving forward with that, the Instagram model or whatever the woman was, Instagram models matter or not. So the woman, the wife stayed. Is the side piece matter or not? So that's what we're talking about today. Should we care about Derek Jackson if his wife stayed? Instagram models matter or not? So, you want me to just start, or you want to go? You want to start? How you want to do it?
You can start it off.
Because I can tell you how I feel right now. I feel like there's a few ways to feel. So if you settled on one, I'll let you go first.
No, you can start it off. Definitely hear the woman's
All
point of
right.
view, so
So
go ahead and start it off.
you probably got your list ready. So for one is I really did not want to entertain this, but even after trying not to, it came about anyway. So as we talk about it, Derek Jackson's wife stayed with him after not one but several infidelities over a time span. I think it's like 10 years, right? They've been together maybe 16 years or so. I don't know. I didn't go to get no in depth. I didn't do a long investigation. I've listened to Derek Jackson in the past, maybe about 2 3 years, 2 years ago. It's 2021 now, yeah. So I did listen to him. Initially, I started following him after seeing posts of him on Instagram, and I think I might have reposted maybe one or two of his posts, and then maybe by the fifth time I saw him, it was just something off about it. And then I just kept going on Instagram after a while Instagram would just, promote. I guess he had like some type of promotion on Instagram. And I came across one episode. Now this is after I had already reposted one of the things, I kind of agreed with, and one or two of them, and I might have liked one of his comments. I followed him. That's what I'm saying. So by the fourth time I stopped following him, I was like, okay, nah, this is fluff. This is not, good. But this fifth or sixth video that Instagram just happened to post, it was what really sealed the deal for me in terms of, following this man, or, reposting anything he had to say, or subscribing to his whole identity in terms of the business he was running. And that's what I saw it as at that point. It wasn't relationship expert that's trying to help his community that he said. It was more like he's trying to lace his pockets by any means necessary. And with that being said, hearing that, after hearing his version or his, ideals on men, and if a man cheats, trust me, if you and I quote, I'm going to try to quote this correctly. If your man is caught cheating, trust me, that's not the first time he's cheated. And I'll end the quote right there. But this is the type of thing he'd say over and over and over again. So to hear that, hey, not only have you, found yourself in this predicament, but this is a normal process. Now, this is a pattern. This is what you do. But after all of that, his wife stayed. And at this point, I'm like, is this a hoax? Is she in on it? What's going on? Is this woman being abused? So should I care about this Derek Jackson thing if his wife stayed? All in all, no. Outside of the fact that on some level, after watching the videos of Derek Jackson from the past and just skimming through some of the video of the interview and seeing, a lot of the memes, fortunately, with the memes, you unintentionally get to see different angles of a person, like in freeze mode. Like you're watching the video and it's cool, but when it's frozen, you really see the expression on the person's face. And there's a lot of times where you can see in some of these memes that people are posting different levels of course, insecurities, but it even looks like fear and all types of deeper things. So that's the only level that I could really give to this in terms of my care factor. And that was just to, hey, say a couple words of prayer, like just in case I don't know that man's situation or that woman. They're covenant, they're married. So I don't have no say, in terms of that. And well, we can do the second topic. We'll come back to that. But that's just my take on it. You might want to turn your computer down.
No, that's good. No problem. So
yeah.
So completely understand what you're saying there. So should I care about DJ if his wife stayed? Right? I mean, should she have left? Right? So I mean, is that the thing? Like she should have left him because he did cheat it? So once again, it's a marriage. So that's number one. In marriage, you're supposed to go through sickness and health and all these other things you go through, right? So, should I care? To me, it doesn't matter. To me personally, it doesn't matter, because we don't know the dynamics of the relationship inside and out, right? All we know is that he got caught, and he's on the blunt of everything going on, and she's still there by his side. So it's really hard to say here, but I don't care if she stayed or she leave. It's really hard to say. I mean, I've been in a relationship. I am married, so I know the dynamics on both ends of the spectrum. But once again, should we care if she stayed? This think about why she stayed. That's something we should think about as well. But I believe this is something that has came out. I believe they already had this conversation in, not debate, but as far as them getting caught cheating, this came out a long time ago. But it could be a situation to where the woman now is trying to blackmail for money now, and now she's putting it out now, trying to, one, get some money from him, and it didn't work. And now she's trying to expose him now to make him, to go, if you won't give me no money, don't worry, I'll hurt your brand now. So it's damage control now.
Right, right. It does seem like there's some lingering or happening, when the wife said, but yeah, because she said this is not the first time, and she said that she did leave. She said she left immediately, and that's about the most. Once I heard her say, okay, I left immediately, and I didn't come back until I saw a change. At that point, I said, I can't watch this, all right, because if she's saying she saw a change and this man continues to cheat, I'm not sure if she's healthy enough to make that decision. So at that point, I just continue watching. I'm like, if anything, maybe she's in a different mind space, or she's in a such a tailspin downward from being in that predicament where a person's going outside of their marriage, that she's not able to make proper decisions. But and that's just a one way. It could very well be that she just needs to be accountable for staying, and own that that's just her decision, and that's okay with her. You know, um, because that's it too. Like, if a person stays on one end, a healthy mind, as long as there's no abuse there. If you choose to stay, then at some point you have to take accountability for staying.
Got it. True. Is so one thing I'll say this to people. So when somebody does cross that line and they do cheat, you should base their actions on how the way they move after. If they're moving into direction as far as trying to get better or do better things, cool. But if they're going the route where they like, I don't care what I did, you gonna accept it, and I'm gonna keep doing what I gotta do. You can stay if you want to. Yeah, that's a situation where you want to get out of that relationship altogether and run. But once again, it's really hard to find, to really say too much, because the dynamics and the internal information that we don't know, it plays a huge role. It plays a huge role. When people have money, people will expose you when they can't get what they want. Just that simple. But I think the main reason why, if you've seen his face plaster on all Facebook and IG and social medias all week long, because this man has built his brand, um, tearing down other men. And I think that's the biggest problem that we have as men when it comes to him. Is like, okay, go ahead and get your money, do what you gotta do, but don't be out here tearing down other men. And that's the problem. He made his millions and all this because women listen to him. Because they are the one. Because at the end of the day, it's only women who's helped build his brand. So it's y'all problem. Y'all built him up, and now he's getting the backlash.
But here's the kicker in all of that: him and his wife just put out a book, and it sold out already.
Of course. What is the best way?
So,
What is the best way to what I mean, flip the whole thing? Come up with a book. I mean, once again, this is not recent. This is something that happened in the past. But once again, the lady bringing it out. Everyone know, because he is this relationship coach, guru, whatever. He know that because he did get caught cheating, it's gonna be crazy, right? It's going everybody's be watching. It's going.
eventually,
So he said, let's take this momentum, let's put a book together, and voila, they winning. Now, did he have to buy her a new car, a new house, a new ring, X, Y, Z? Yeah, definitely. But overall, it's build the brand up as a whole.
so what does that do for the family structure? Is that really helping the community because they're a married couple? That this is what is acceptable. And I think that's what some of the people were saying. Again, me, Ms. I Speak Life, it doesn't affect me either way it go because they are married. So for me, it's just like, once you're married, whatever is happening is between you and your husband. Even though, like Twin said, this is a man who has built his empire, from a social standpoint of being in the forefront and on the face and in the books and things of that nature. So he's kind of put out there socially, as well as kind of on the backs of other men by tearing other men down, and catering to the woman and then at the same time using women in their emotion to build that empire, that's still their business. But, socially, if it wasn't put in the forefront the way it is, we can say this happens everywhere, all the time. So am I concerned about it when it happens to the next door neighbor, when it happens to the person down the street? Do no. And people go to counseling and, some people divorce, whatever, but it doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. But to the point that they've made, well, does it help the Black community? I don't really know. You know what I mean? I'm not helping the Black community, so I can't say anything because I'm not a married person. But that's to say that only thing that helps the Black community is to be married, which is a little weird for me. So that's why I don't fully subscribe to all of that, But that's what was, that was the other spectrum of what was said. These are just people. If you take their names off of it, it's circumstances. If you take the emotion out of it, it's what's right, what's wrong, So when you peel it all back, it has nothing to do with me personally, as I speak life, and it could be a hope just for the sake of the book, or it could be, like Twin saying, which I don't disagree. It could definitely be that other person is like, all right, you were paying up. Who's to say he wasn't paying her the whole time? And decided, once he got this book together, decided I'm not going to pay her anymore. I know she's going to come out and blow it up, and then boom, I got a book ready. She don't even know what's about to happen because he's been grooming women the entire time, basically.
That's
so
it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah.
that is it right there. So I mean, honestly, if she wanted to leave, she can easily leave, right? Talking about the wife, and she'll be definitely well off because he has made millions of dollars. So it's not like she had to stay, and you know what I'm saying. So, but they probably worked through this, right? And that's probably why she stayed, But yeah, I mean. The only problems I have is how the way that she looked during the whole interview, and
that's that mental struggle that I had too. Go ahead.
That's the main thing I had to struggle. I mean, because the problem is this, right? You about to go online. This is a huge. I mean, it could be a whole ploy, right? It could be set up like, all right, look like this, wear this, so everybody can think this, everybody feel bad for you, right? That could be the whole ploy, right? But if let's say it wasn't. If I try to take a picture of my own wife, right, before I can post any picture, I have to get her approval. Okay, I'll take 100 pictures, and before I can post it, I gotta get her approval first. Before she can jump on any video, she gonna make sure her hair done. No boogers, eyebrows. You know how y'all do. Y'all slay yourself. Y'all make sure y'all right. It may not be a full face paint, nothing like that crazy, but the fact is she
it's the no boogers for me.
But I'm saying, but she knows she gonna be on anyone's lens. She gonna be looking a certain way, right? Now when I look at D-Jack's wife, her eyebrows were slayed, right? I think she had a little makeup on, but it's like she said, I'm going to jump on this camera and I'm going to wear whatever I want and you can't say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel it was. Or it was a setup. Because the whole wearing a bonnet the whole time was like, that's killing me.
It wasn't a bonnet. It was like one of those little knit hats.
Okay,
bonnet, but it didn't look close enough to a bonnet.
Doesn't matter.
It looked close enough to a bonnet. It looked like she was going to bed.
Hey,
but he didn't look like he was fresh either. He didn't have on the whole get up. He looked like he just got out of bed.
Well, but mind you, DJ looked the same way he looked every time he do a video in his car. So he's normal. That's normal for him. That's normal.
Right, and I think that's what it was. Like, let's just show ourselves as a regular couple. Like, I can't have you sit next to me and then you go get glitz and glam, and I'm trying to, show face like, hey, say face like, we're working it out. Like, we're just normal people. We're just average Joes. Not to throw around the fact that this man is making all of this money behind this. So how they say there could be two rights, two things could be right. It could very well be a hope, and like you said, that ploy give them the sad face, give them concern,
Mm-hmm.
speak to the camera a little bit. Who knows? What does she do for a living? She could have been an actress. She could have been a woman that works in different capacities. I don't know this woman. And the entire time that they're saying that he was married to her, apparently nobody knew. He didn't post her at all.
Well, I'll say this:
So.
the huge impact to it overall is this. It's like, in a sense, he was our last hope, right? When you think about black man don't cheat, right? Good man, being a good black man out there. He might have been our last hope that we had out there, and he just ruined it from he destroyed that. He destroyed the whole brand because it's like now
Mm,
I'm in these rooms, hearing people talk. See, black man ain't nothing. Men ain't this. Men ain't that. Men cheat,
mhm.
and that's all I'm hearing now. I mean, it's already worse than that's already was the stigma. But when you had the person they thought was the holy grail of good black man, and then he messed up, it's like, oh yeah.
The Holy Grail.
At that point, yeah, they're all men. All men ain't nothing. All men ain't ish now. At this point, I'm just saying, and I mean, think about it. For the last 7, 8 years, or I think about 9 years, he said 9 years, he been in social media and doing what he's doing. He been the advocate for women, right? And he been the idea as what a good black man should be and what we should strive to be. Now, I never fit in nothing he ever said, so let's be clear there. But you know what I'm saying? Get your money. But the point that he slipped up right here, even though his wife still stayed, which is good, it still looks bad overall for the whole black man or man period across the board because at the end of the day, we ain't ish.
Yana ish. Yeah, it's tough. I can't say that it's not because you know everybody, everyone I believe everyone desires some type of representation, right? I think that's why the whole LGBTQIA plus movement was able to thrive in that way because they're able to pull on that heartstring that like everybody has in some way, and from different angles. That's the essence of them. We need representation, right? That's the whole movement. So, with that being said, I think that guys, for the guys, they needed that representation. If guys did listen to him or not, but women definitely are looking. At least one. It's almost like that story with Abraham and Lot. With the Sodom and Gomorrah when Abraham was saying if I could at least find one. He had already worked himself down to one though. He started like 60, 15. All right, let me just try to find one who could and to save. So it's almost like that. You know what I mean? We do desire to have a representation of a man that's going to be disciplined enough to not cheat and be that successful and do it. See, we know that all men don't cheat. Well, we should know. Ms. I Speak Life definitely is not a promoter of all men do anything. All men don't cheat. That's what I stand on. It's not that. However, it is now we're just looking for representation of even if they're at this caliber that still stands. Like there's a man out there that's just gonna be faithful to his wife regardless of what he does or what he makes or where he goes. Twins, maybe it'll be you. When we hit big, you know, you'll be that guy.
Hey, you never know. Hey, send those millions my way though.
Another 6 months. Wait, what you say?
I said, go ahead and send
Oh
those millions
Lord.
my way too. While you at it, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give us some more months and we just get the rate link up with you never know. Life can happen. That thing can happen just like that. So that's why it's about the integrity of the person. It's about the character, the moral compass. Because what happens is people get it like Derek Jackson and not sustain it because of the immaturity, the lack of discipline, the lack of knowledge, which we were reminded of last night. So it's those things. Definitely, those things. But yeah, come on, millions. We coming to you. I'm trying to meet the millions in the middle. It don't even have to get all the way to me. I'm coming to it.
No, that's
But
right.
yeah, it's a sad, yeah, right? Speaking life. It's a sad situation overall. Like, I don't think that because they're married that they're still helping the black community. And I was in a clubhouse room for, I want to say, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes tops. Um, and they were literally arguing back and forth. Guys, women, and like, I don't care what you say. This man is a black man. He's procreating in the black race. He's cheating on his wife with a black woman, and somehow, in their mind, this is a help to our community. And then you sit and you think about it like, okay, so as long as we keep it in the circle, we're good. It doesn't matter, how bad that looks or whatever. It's just keep it in a circle. And that's why me personally, Miss Oscar Black, I don't fully subscribe to black this, black that. We're people. I believe that. So I that's wholeheartedly what I believe. As much as I still will support black people because they're not supported. We are under the doormat almost. So because of that, and not just because I'm black, really, because that's what we're taught to do. Those that are not able to help the poor, help the widow, help those that mourn. So it just goes to that for me. But it is really strange how we're in rooms arguing back and forth and getting upset with each other. And twins, they ended up creating an additional room to talk about that room, which branched off into another additional room. That's how many people were in these rooms. We're talking 4 rooms.
So they was arguing.
4.
So they was arguing about. Okay, he cheated, but he did it with another black woman, right?
Mhm.
And that was the
Mhm.
past. Like I'm saying,
Mhm.
like for them, like was that the past? Like okay, well at least he did it with another black woman. So is that the past? Is what they trying to say? I wish I was there to listen to
They're
it.
not saying that they're not saying that's just a past, but that is still him helping the black community. That's what they were saying. So the woman was saying, y'all coming in here like cancel Derek Jackson, and I understood her reason, her not wanting the black man to be canceled. We'll be the first ones to throw him off the block, chop him down. But that doesn't happen in other cultures, which I get. But she was saying, y'all in here talking, cancel Derek Jackson. This black man is still helping our black community. He is married to a black woman. He cheated with black women, not women, but women, and, procreate with a black woman. This man is still having his money is, in our community. Um, he has something. I don't know what he did, something some odd years ago. So that's what she was standing on. And the guys in the room were like, oh, heck no, get her out of here. Um, Basically, they were just not trying to hear her. And the one guy, I don't know if you know Travis, but he's one of the main guys on over there on Clubhouse. He was like, he's a scammer. I know for a fact he's a scammer. Look, I do this. I research. He went back so many years ago and found articles on a person who was speaking against. They were trying to say that they were pro-black. So this is how serious this guy is. He went on one of the girls' Instagram and Facebook pages, went all the way back and found out that this woman was divorced at some point, and found out that this woman, like, was it okay? He brought back the question to her. So when your husband was divorced, was he helping the black community or was he pro-black? And her response was yes, and they went in on her. Now I didn't even stay for all of that. How I got the outcome of what I was in the room for was they created 3 other rooms. I didn't even realize. Here's the kicker. I didn't realize I wasn't in the same room because it's under the same club that I follow. So I didn't realize I wasn't in the same room until I realized the club, the one who started the club, wasn't in the room. So they were in another room talking about her. I said, "Oh my goodness, we can't have nothing." But anyway, that's another show topic. We have a message. You got anything you want to say about that? I know you were trying to, understand where I was coming from before you spoke on it. So,
Go ahead, play first.
all right. I'm scared to hear what you about to come back with. I'm gonna hit play.
Miss I Speak Life. Hey, baby, I missed you. Where you been? I think I've been missing the 11 o'clock joints. I think that's my strange time. I'll be either asleep or doing some strange shit. But how you doing, baby?
Hey there, I missed you too. I was wondering where you were. You out here sleeping. Don't be sleeping around like Derek Jackson, though. I'm sorry.
Bars.
Great.
So
yes, that's what they were saying. Go ahead, Glenn.
So
let me have it.
No, it's not letting you have it. The lady that came in the room that everybody was saying kick her out the room, whatever. She technically has a point, right? Like at the end of the day, should he get canceled? No. Was he wrong? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People in marriages and relationships go through these problems all the time. The only reason it's a bigger deal because he has money. Cool, I understand that. But and I get it, and it hits home so much for him because he's advocating for women and being in a relationship with certain type of guys, and then he's the same guys that he's talking about. So I get that part, right? But we have, as far as canceling people, we have he's on the list now, but he's not on the top of the list. You know what I'm saying? As far as if you want to cancel certain people or cancel certain things, because okay, yeah. He cheated on his wife. Bad look. All that great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Huge bad look. But then we have people.
I think I know where this is going.
You already know where I'm going. Like I said, he's on the list. I'm not saying he's off the list. He's on the list. He's just not at the top of the list. But we get our listen. Gucci, HML, all those companies. They make these clothes and shirts disrespecting black people. We up and roar for one day, and then that's it. We back to buying it. Keep that same energy. Like if
I agree.
If we're gonna cancel him because what he did, cool. Like I said, okay, cancel him. But let's make sure we're gonna cancel everyone else who's done wrong to black people if we're gonna take it there. You know what I'm saying? Should he lose some money? Yeah. I mean, naturally he should, but he's not. I mean, like I went to his website right now. I'll give him a free plug, DareJackson.com. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 books right now I'm looking at. Sold out. Out. So, with that being said, apparently his actions didn't rub everybody the wrong way. Because if he's
or
go ahead.
Or maybe some of what he's saying bears truth, right? Because he's not just successful just because. It's what he did with what the gift he had to speak to what he was speaking to and identify certain things with these women. But who's to say that no one in the world got help or, was able to progress from it? We can't make that determination.
Facts.
So, that's the other thing.
Yeah,
now, I don't
agree you're right. Because I did say nobody. You're right. When I say something, it's not absolute. It's not all, not everyone, but I get it. Yes, not everyone, but just
right. I don't even know if I heard you say nobody.
Yeah.
But I was just saying that other part of it too. Or maybe he's just helping people and people like what he's saying. They just don't like what he's doing now. Kind of like that R. Kelly thing. Oh, we love R. Kelly's music.
And sometimes, because he has a book on it too. Sometimes, and I promise you, I want to say 90% of these book sales right now is women. It's not men. Trust me. I don't know no men at all. It's a high number of women. Could be some men in there. Could be some hot men. It could be some men in there, 10%. But I'm gonna say 90% of the women buying the books, right? But
who was that? They was not too long ago talking about Tyrese commenting on old girl posts. Some of these guys be in their bag too. They be wanting to read about it.
Very well, like I said. So the reason I say that part is that because some women. Ladies, they want to understand why. They want to get an understanding of men and like why he cheat, not just him, but when they're in a relationship, they can make sure that they do everything possibly that they can on their part to prevent their man stepping out, right? So it could be looked at that way in his books if he's, if he has those things outlined in his book. I don't know because I'm not a fan and not buying no book, but I can understand why those books could be selling out right now. And like you said,
all right,
and hold on, and also too that he probably will have some good messages because he's actually living what he's talking about, right? I think you was kind of saying that as well. Like maybe he can speak on it because he's been fighting these demons all this time, and it's probably easy for him to talk about it, and people understand him, and some people can relate to him. Like I get it, I understand.
I feel like I grew up with that. I feel like that's exactly how my dad did with me, whether it was consciously or unconsciously. And not to say that was to go against everything he did, but there were definitely parts of him that he tried to veer me away from. Hands down, that's obvious. But I think that, when we talk about it from a parent perspective, that's what we all do. We want you to be better versions of a person than we were. Mm-hmm. So we try to push you not to make negative choices that we make. So back to how this ties into where I'm going. Last night's conversation when Uncle John, who we just met last night, came in and he was talking about the hypocrite. Like,
yes.
Well, where's the grace and how do we determine where to show grace and da. So when you really start to look at it from that perspective, it's just like, all in all, is this helping the community? Like, is this helping or is this not helping? Are people, growing from this or aren't they? Are healthier relationships being cultivated because women are now aware of certain forces out there that this man is dealing with internally? So he's speaking directly to. If you catch your man cheating, trust me, that's not the first time he's cheated. What? So, I mean, now is he saying these things, and how valid are these things? So it did, as much as like I didn't want to talk about it, but we're talking about it. I feel like it still goes with what we do here and our mission in terms of being solution based and really peeling back layers and certain things and getting to a healthier dialogue about it to kind of see all sides of it. So to me, that speaks a lot. That speaks a lot of value.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
now it would be determined by you guys, though, to say if it's valid.
I mean, there is some valid points, like I said, to what he's saying. I mean, especially when the last thing you just said that when the man gets caught cheating, right? It wasn't his first time.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the first time. That's a fact. The only time it wouldn't be his first time is if it was the first time. you understand?
But 9 times out of 10, you got to be invested. You got to be Inspector Gadget to catch him the first time.
Right, but like I said, there's some truth behind it, and like I said, we listen to things our whole life, and sometimes the people giving it, we not agree with what they're saying, but the message they're saying could be a really good message. And as I said last night during our conversation, it's like it comes to a maturity level for you to really understand, for you to digest something. I think Corey said yesterday, because a guy is homeless now, but he made over $500,000, but he lost it because XYZ, doesn't mean he's no longer valuable. I mean, yeah, he might have messed up and lost some money, but he can probably still tell you on how you can get the money.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? It could be many things that happen. Like he could have had all the money, could have got into a drug addiction, whatever, right? That's not.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that you're going to do it, because if you don't do drugs, guess what? You won't have that addiction. But that was his demon that he couldn't let go, and it beat him. But he can still give you knowledge in the street about how to get the money. Doesn't mean he don't know what he's talking about. He might not be able to tell you how to save it or how to stay away from drugs, but he can probably tell you how to
or
get
not
the money.
to lose it.
Right.
Right.
He can tell you how to lose it. Right. So it comes out to a maturity level how you receive it. Right. I think it's just a hot topic right now, and for him it's going to hurt a little bit. So, but I mean, I don't know how long because, like I said, these books are flying off the shelves very quickly.
Right, and this is my you just segued me to my last little point about the first part of this. My only concern, right, is in fact this is a hoax and this is what they've been doing, right? With these book sales, instead of it being a learning, a space or opportunity for teaching, right, out of love and protection, and really trying to, reestablish the community for a healthier relationship, all in all, that they would get on this horse again and see this money train going and then start to just do things to continue the storyline. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like we're watching a live soap opera. And people will be, really hanging on every drip of it. And that to me bothers me a little bit. That's one of the things that in my walk, when I did decide to, give my life to God, I was always the one that wanted to not be like what I saw. You do this, you do that, be open, it's cool. I'm not saying that you have to do it with everybody or share everything with everybody, but you definitely shouldn't be preaching or condemning, not preaching. You can tell the truth, but you shouldn't be condemning people if you're not living the truth. And it goes against the word, God's character anyway, because he said there's no condemnation, right? So for those of us who are in the Lord, so my point is that Derek Jackson has, in particular, just him being in the position he's in, he's done that. And I feel like as this book grows, he's going to continue to do that, but on a, like, this scale is going to be like 10 times different. The masses that he's reaching now with this scandal is beyond his normal scope. And you see he already had 3 books sold out. Or maybe they weren't sold out at that point. Maybe they're sold out now. But he already had been 3 books published,
Yep, I agree. So let's talk about this.
That's that. That's the sad part. Because now our young girls grow up watching these storylines. Because this is no Cosby Show, but this is still the Cosby Show. You get what I'm saying? This is our young girls, you and I in particular, young girls Cosby Show. If we don't do all this extra due diligence and make sure they don't have access to this, move that, shift that, and block this and block that, So yeah. What were you going to say?
Oh no, I was gonna say let's get into this Instagram models mad or nah about the situation. Where did that come from?
Well, that was the other part of the spectrum, right? Because you got Derek Jackson, the relationship guru guy. Then you got Derek Jackson, the cheating husband. You got Derek Jackson and his wife, the strange couple. You got Derek Jackson's wife, the either abused or evil genius wife. We don't really know.
Not the evil genius.
We're not really sure. Well, because don't have me out here praying for you, sis, and you know what's going on. That's kind of wrong. Either that, and then you have this other side of the spectrum, the girl that's the cheat, the one that, was on the other side of it all. And ain't no telling how much of what's really going on that she does know. But to your point earlier in the conversation when you said that, hey, this woman possibly just wanted money. Now she's trying to blackmail him, and it's hitting the fan, and now he's just doing damage control.
Yeah, because listen, think about this, because the girl that he had relationship with, right, the one girl that we know, light-skinned girl, whatever. These two had this relationship, right, for many, many years, meaning they talking on and off all these years, right? So if she really cared about him, right, like if she really liked him, she wouldn't try to damage his brand, if that makes sense, right? But I think, like I said, she might have got greedy. Like you said, she might have been getting money, but I think she got greedy and wanted more. And he's like, no, I'm not giving you no more, or X, Y, Z. And then they try to blackmail him, and here we are now talking about it. Because, I mean, she's not someone he just met. He knows this girl. So, over years, you're going to build feelings for somebody.
She's not no newbie.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
So
I said yeah. She's not a newbie.
yeah, she's not a
She
newbie.
ain't
Yeah,
no
see, this is
new
somebody that he
person.
known
Right.
before the marriage, during the marriage,
Mhm.
and even right now. They know each other. So they've been. So this is not something that's he flew out of town somewhere, met somebody, and it happened. No, this is someone he actually knows on a personal level, and so it's that's like
Mhm.
so. I think it's like yeah, for me outside looking in, it seemed like she wanted more than it was agreed to. Maybe feelings got caught up into it.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Right. And then I'm looking at it from if the wife is like an evil genius, she's like, okay, I see y'all kind of like where you was trying to go earlier. I'm gonna just go ahead down the rabbit hole, kind of like the Will and Jada thing, right? Where the other person, the wife in this case, Will and Will and Jada's case, come to acknowledge the awareness that hey, this is getting deeper than what I would want or how comfortable I'd be with this, and now they're in their bag of feelings. So, unless his wife was aware of it, because I mean, this wasn't the first time he had cheated numerous times throughout their marriage. So maybe she was okay with that as long as there wasn't a line being crossed, like too much emotion being shared or too much of their intimate that pillow talk stuff, too much of that. So maybe the wife, acknowledged that was going on and put a timer on it, like you got to cut this off. He goes over to cut it off. Old girl's not trying to hear it, so he play it cool till he gets his book written with his wife. All right, he negotiated with his wife. All right, let's do this. That way we both win, right? And then voila, old girl on the other side talking about the Instagram model, mad or not? Because what are you getting out of this?
Oh yeah, she mad now.
Either way it go.
Oh yeah, she mad now. She mad now. Like she, you know why she mad? Because one, he's still with his wife. That's number one. Number two, if you had any type of arrangement going on, now that's dead. Number three, you helped both of them to
Mm.
outsell and promote their book, and yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
and may have just freed the wife, right? Like,
Right, and on top of that too, down, and also you actually helped the wife out. You gave her a pass at number 4 or 5.
gave her out.
Because now, if she want to leave, she can. Because it's public, well known record. She can say 10 years from now, talking about I
Mm-hmm.
tried to work through it and I couldn't get through it, and everywhere I
Mm-hmm.
go, I'll be harassed on social media because XYZ, whatever. And guess what? She gonna leave, and she got the kids, and she gonna take half. And hey, I don't feel bad for him. Just want to
He
do
might
this.
get more than that.
I know. I'm just saying. So right now, she's staying right now. You know why she's staying right now? Because she know his brand about to go up a little bit. So let me sit here and let you build your money up.
Mm-mm-mm.
And then once you get to a certain point, cash out.
Right. Now, listen, maybe like I said, that's why I said evil genius, because, listen, and don't get mad at me. I'm not an evil genius because my mind goes this way. I'm just saying, this could be an evil genius mind, right? Here you are. You the wife. You sick of this church. You tired of this brother, right? He was like, I'm done. You see what's going on. You don't like it. This is ridiculous. Now you getting really comfortable with this person. She already been around too long. You tell him, look, either you're gonna end this, or I'm taking everything. You're divorcing you. You're gonna not and expose you in the worst way, not by your side, not holding your hand, because you got to look at it from that aspect as well. If in fact this came out and his wife was not present, this would look totally different. I think that the sales of that book would look totally different as well. So, back to the evil genius mind, right? So she's saying, give him an ultimatum to either end the relationship or she divorce or do whatever damage she can do, which you guys talk about all the time. The wives being some sense of control, they can do real damage, right? So after he decides, okay, no, he don't want the damage to be done. So he, works out something, negotiates with his wife. They decide, okay, well, we're going to do it this way. That way we both win. Maybe that was part of her terms. I need to be on this too. My name need to be here. Tag me in it. That's our next show, right? Tag me in it. You're going to give me some credit, Dag, on it. So then that happens, and part of the storyline in terms of where we were just speaking from, twins, would be for her to look like she looks on camera. Because what judge wouldn't grant this woman all of whatever she could ask for 4, 5, 10 years down the line when they go back and look at the video of her sitting next to her husband looking as sad as she looks?
That's the point right there. That's the one thing. Like, I'm with you. I'm with you with everything you just said. 2,000%.
Who's a genius?
The wife's the mastermind.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that that's what that woman's thinking. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just putting that out there. That, what judge in their right mind wouldn't say? Because she played. I mean, God forbid that she is really struggling and being abused in such a way that she can't see what's really going on, and she's just like that puppet. Did you see the PTR I did last night where they had the split screen with her and him?
Yeah.
And
with the dummy.
Exactly. So God forbid that really be the case, but if that's not really the case, and this is the case, listen, case closed. Case closed.
Listen, I'm just saying.
No more Derek Jackson.
Listen, I'm just saying. When R.I.P. Kobe, when he cheated on his wife, right? When they were sitting next to each other on national TV in front of the whole world, she didn't have no hair tied up, and she looked good on the stage. I mean, on TV. I'm looking at Kobe like, you cheated on her? Are you crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the point I'm trying to make, is like, if she
had a point to prove, in front of the whole world, this what you did.
I'm just saying, I figure like if you're gonna cheat on your wife, right, and then you're gonna have her on TV or any platform, I need her to be looking like bad as hell, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, baby, about to go live, go and get done up, whatever, boom, boom, boom. Because women gonna be looking at, because first off, he's pause. He's a good-looking brother. Pause. Okay, it is what it is. Handsome young man. Pause. Okay, just want to put the pause out there, but let him know he's a good-looking man. So, therefore, we expect his wife to be a good-looking wife as well. Anytime you see even famous people, you see one famous person, you suspect their significant other to be just as fine as them. You get what I'm saying? So, Mr. Guru guy, I'm thinking his wife gonna be like, boom, bada, ping, pow, wow, hey. And she shows up with the little thing on her head and glasses. I know she wear contacts, but today she's like, no, I'm wearing glasses today. Listen, I seen a picture before. She that was all planned, because she could have contacts in. I'm just saying, she just like, you know what? We won't set up just like this. I'm sorry, I hate to say that, but they both wrong. Well, I'm not gonna say both, because at the end of the day, he messed up. He embarrassed his wife in front of the whole world, and his kid's gonna deal with this in the future as well. So there's no, I place no blame on her, because even if she did have something going on her end, right? Guess what? That didn't come out. So, DJ, you messed up. You came out. You embarrassed your family. Whatever happens next from here is on you. I hope you figure out how to get some money transferred overseas to protect your money, because she taking half.
Oh my God. Man, that's just that. And the Instagram model.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot about her. Yeah, she's mad right now.
Look, exactly.
Oh, hold on.
Not
one other thing too.
Anyone.
Look, she's mad right now. Number one. 2, now she looked at as a homewrecker. 3, no real man's going to want to be with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she'll be able to get a man. Let's be clear. She'll be able to get a man, but she's not going to get a good quality of man. Like, I don't want you. You the girl known for sleeping with that dude's. Nah, I'm good. Pass.
Yeah, maybe not right away. After she do some self-healing, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, of course, she could look different. You know what I'm saying? We don't, most guys, we have short-term memory. We'll forget, like, oh, you that girl? Oh, I don't care. It's my baby now. I get it. We talked about this the other day, remember? We talked about this as men, we stupid. We have short-term memory, so we'll forget. Unless one of my homeboys remind us, like, hey, yo, bro, is that the girl who slept with Derek Jackson? Nuh-uh. You like, hold up. Oh, shoot, she is.
Too late. Oh, well.
Too late like, now. Oh, well. She's my girl now.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
No, but you're absolutely right. You know,
but yeah, she mad,
she
mad. I
she
don't
may
blame her. She
very well
mad.
be mad. Yeah, and this is not to come for anyone whose profession is to model via Instagram, stage. It doesn't matter. We're not stereotyping like all of anything. She just happens to be in a career field, maybe Instagram model, and that's why that's there. But you know, the other woman, period. I don't care what her profession is. Is she mad or no? And I think she's highly upset. I can't see how she wins on any level in this situation except possibly, you know, flipping it on a social platform as well. And she'd have to come out with like something really crazy, you know, that may have transpired or she's pregnant or something. You know, that's the only way I could see her, you know, benefiting from this. Other than that, it doesn't look good. Not a good look. So mad, mad, mad. She's so mad. Twins, you still there?
Yeah, I'm
Just
still here.
went on mute.
No, I'm still here. Yeah, I hit mute,
Oh,
but I'm still
okay.
here.
All right.
Hey, if I was
Yeah.
her, hey,
So
listen,
that's just
listen, I'm not petty. If I was his wife, I'll send her a thank you card in the mail. Like, thank you. We knew you was gonna do this.
keyword. We knew that's the killer right there.
Right.
If this thing is a hoax, that is the killer. That's power move.
I mean, think about it. I mean,
with them.
honestly, if I got caught cheating and me and my wife already we already talked about it. We already got past this. But you know, she might retaliate and try to do something X, Y, Z. Then we won't. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it shouldn't be embarrassed all over again. Yes, but at the end of the day, she knows she about to get a new Lambo, new ring, new house. She about to be good. He about to get she about to be his slave for the next whatever. I don't know whatever he got to do to get it right. But she's winning right now.
The wife is winning and losing because she's losing as well. Or she's lost, and maybe now it's time for her to reap from that L. You know, because being cheated on is definitely not a win. I think just making the best of it. So yeah,
Right.
that's one way we looked at it, guys.
Yeah.
We definitely we look. We don't care. We said that. So any of you that may have just come in the last few moments, you know, honestly, we don't have a stake in any of this. So coffee talk. We didn't have coffee talk today, or did y'all? I was working.
No. I was working too, like manual labor working, but yeah.
Okay, well, shout out to coffee talk. Coffee talk. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have much more on this. I mean, I think we gave it a good shot. You know, I think we gave some really good scenarios. I think I love doing that. I was in a room last night, sidebar before we end. I went into a room this morning rather, and I don't even know how I got into this room. I'm not sure if somebody pinged me or what have you because I wasn't following any of the moderators. I don't even understand. But anyway, find myself in the room and they were doing like relationship scenarios. So I think that's what I feel like we just did here. We ended with multiple ways, you know, the different variables of ways that it could end. And I think that was pretty cool. What's your take?
No, I mean, that's good. It was able to come to a resolution at the end without everybody fighting, screaming, and going to another room and create another room. So that's a win.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, this is The Real Deal versus How You Feel. I'm your girl, Miss Ashley Life.
I'm your host, Twinsinc.
My bro. All right. And we're glad that you came to join us. If you guys will, come back on Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be right back here and see you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.